Planters cast in the unison of the long dead, doom scroll. They profess their copper coils down current, consuming constant lightning. None of the righteous flows to devotion is under scrutiny. My God is moving progressively by the flip of nutrients. All of us benefit from that glassy expense. The concept for this piece comes from the Oulipo tradition, which thinks about combinatorial and constrained writing. When I made this, I wrote a poem for each of the 6 colors of the Rubik's Cube, where the parts of speech are the same in each part of the grid. The webcam takes in the video feed, and I've used Max to divide up the colors, sense which color is most like it, and it's tuned to the lighting situation in the room where we are. So this lamp is what I've used to light the calibration for this project, and if this were in a gallery space, we would redefine the colors to match the lighting situation in that room. I see this being a part of a children's museum, perhaps, and having multiple cubes so that kids could play with or solve the Rubik's Cube and then replace it in its slot, and to have multiple going at once to project new poems onto the wall. The actual idea for this work came from some community friends of mine. My friend Jess and her son Cal were showing me all of Cal's Rubik's Cubes. He's maybe 11 years old, and Jess made an offhand comment that I should create a poem with the Rubik's Cube. What I love about this work is how adaptable it is. If I were to install this at a gallery, you could create site-specific poetry for each one, or you could expand the size of the Rubik's Cube or the number of faces, and replicate the project with other sizes and types of Rubik's Cubes or combination cubes. It's also really interesting to think about the different concerns. These poems are much more concerned with the environment and with the effects of media on people, but then there could be much more child-friendly, sort of like narrative designs as well. Citizens stand in the energy of protest, doom scroll. They profess their salvation in service, chanting constant lightning. Whatever the seed activates to devotion is under scrutiny. My time is bound up communally by the means of light. You benefit from our chemical union. There were multiple pleasures for me in developing this work. One was writing 6 original poems themed to the colors of the Rubik's Cube that I've been working with. So we've got white being themed around air and climate, the wind turbines. Planting is green. There's sort of a fictional cult on yellow, protest in red, fish in the ocean in blue, and the algorithm or social media in orange. So as the cube is turned on each side, we get new combinations of poems each time, totaling to millions and millions and millions of potential poems that this work could turn into. One thing that really excites me about this piece is the difference between movement and stasis. And so when there are very few gallery visitors, a single poem may be up for minutes or hours, but when there are many visitors all playing with the different cubes that are available to play with and switching them out, the poems will change and flicker quickly and back and forth. One of the things that was exciting about writing these poems is recognizing the ways that the language of air, water, people moving, and power and divinity often overlap in many ways. And so some of the language works while some is really defamiliarizing or unfamiliar to a viewer walking through a gallery reading these poems for the first time.